In the winter of 1160, a violent palace coup tore through the kingdom of Sicily. When the dust settled, a 400-pound disc of solid silver had completely vanished without a trace from the royal palace. This silver was an intricate engraving of the entire known world, the most accurate map humanity had yet produced. Its destruction set the precision of European exploration back by centuries. To understand why such a map existed, we look back to 1138. King Roger II was maneuvering to make Sicily the dominant power in the Mediterranean, wedged between the Byzantine Empire, the Fatimid Caliphate, and the rising Italian maritime cities. Roger faced a significant problem. European cartography was too primitive to provide a strategic understanding of the trade routes and coastlines his rivals controlled. Roger required a navigational tool to secure his empire's future. He sought a map that functioned as a strategic asset for maritime dominance. He commissioned Muhammad al-Idrisi, a Moroccan Muslim scholar and descendant of the Prophet. Al-Idrisi was born into the highest social stratum of the medieval Islamic world and educated at the university in Córdoba. By the time he arrived in Palermo, al-Idrisi was perhaps the most widely traveled and experienced geographer alive. He personally sailed and mapped coastlines from the River Thames in England to the Black Sea's shores. The project created an unlikely alliance, a Christian Norman king hiring a Muslim scholar from a rival civilization. Roger's court was already a unique cultural synthesis. His own coronation robe featured prominent Arabic inscriptions praising God, reflecting a kingdom where Arabic was an official administrative language. In Palermo, these two civilizations combined their knowledge to build an objective, shared record of the world. Roger utilized his kingdom's trading networks to funnel international travelers directly to his court. There, al-Idrisi interrogated merchants and sailors about the specific regions they had visited. Al-Idrisi began with a foundational dataset, the mathematical framework of Ptolemy, and 3 centuries of Islamic geographical scholarship that had mapped the world from the Atlantic to Central Asia. He then cross-checked these accounts against existing texts to resolve contradictions. Where multiple independent sources agreed on a detail, he recorded it. Where they conflicted, he weighed the evidence and made a reasoned judgment. This exhaustive process of verification and source criticism took 15 years to complete. By prioritizing empirical evidence over received authority, al-Idrisi transformed raw traveler accounts into a verified geographical record. In 1154, al-Idrisi presented a 70-page atlas with a poetic Arabic title, The Excursion of One Eager to Penetrate the Distant Horizons. This circular map remained the most accurate representation of the world for 300 years. To a modern viewer, it appears upside down, with Africa at the top. Following Arabic tradition, South is at the top, placing Mecca at the center. The map had clear limits. While the Mediterranean and Islamic worlds were highly accurate, the depictions of sub-Saharan Africa and Scandinavia remained speculative, reflecting the boundaries of the era's trade networks. Despite these gaps, this synthesis of Islamic tradition and Norman resources remained the best available model of the Earth until the late 15th century. The map reached its primary form in 1154, engraved onto a massive, solid silver disc and placed in the royal palace at Palermo as a statement of scientific power. But Roger II died that same year. Just 6 years later, during a rebellion against his son, the silver disc vanished in a palace coup. The silver disc has never been recovered. The data survived only because al-Idrisi fled to North Africa with his original paper manuscripts. These regional maps preserved 15 years of accumulated research. The expensive silver monument was destroyed, but the written data in these 10 surviving copies ensured that al-Idrisi's work continued to circulate. The Tabula Rogeriana became the basis for Muslim geographers for centuries, and indirectly helped guide Vasco da Gama's eventual voyage to India by sea. However, Europe did not receive a full Latin translation of this masterpiece until the 17th century. This delay meant that for decades, European explorers risked their lives to map coastlines that had already been recorded in al-Idrisi's 12th century atlas. The Tabula Rogeriana stands as a testament to what a Norman king and a Muslim scholar could achieve when they pooled their traditions to map the world they shared.